The Federal Treasurer Josh Frydenberg spoke to the Business Council of Australia on Monday, and he told corporate Australia to lift flagging national productivity rates and wages in preference to returning cash to shareholders. In other words, it was a pep talk. I might add that some business leaders weren't impressed. The head of Boral said, "I don't want to be told by politicians what we're supposed to do. We've always paid a dividend, and an attractive dividend, and we'll continue to do that. We don't think that inhibits the ability to grow the business." Well, as part of the rev-up, the Treasurer talked about the government having the policy settings right, and therefore business should respond to sort of get up and get on with it. Well, what would the quiet Australians think listening to this simple point that the government is getting the policy settings right? I don't quite know what that means anyway. But we learnt yesterday that an increasing number of Sydney families are relying on food charities to provide regular meals. Then, of course, they've got electricity bills, the rip-off with fuel, tolls, childcare fees, school fees, general insurance, private health insurance. The price of a beer goes up. The price of a cigarette goes up because, like petrol, the government wants to tax. What settings are we talking about? I took calls on my radio program yesterday. Tens of thousands of jobs are going begging. Young people can't take advantage of them. They don't have the skills. What's happening to TAFE? People are living under the threat of flying foxes and bats. I'll look at that tomorrow night with Graham Richardson. Flying vermin, carrying disease. Not important enough for government. Water? Not one dam will be built by the time of the next election. Electricity, energy? We're awash with raw materials, but we're facing energy poverty. Education? Well, you're a girl if you think you're a girl, even though you're a boy, and you can use the girls' toilet. And this stuff's being taught in schools. And kids don't know why Melbourne is called Melbourne, or why Sydney's called Sydney, or Brisbane's called Brisbane. Why is Macquarie Street called Macquarie Street? Why is Oxley College called Oxley College? But obviously, these crises aren't big enough to command the attention of government. I'll tell you something. If government don't get started, the quiet Australians won't stay quiet